If I'm not serving others like Jesus, I'm not walking in full biblical manhood. I don't even know what that means. I mean, if I could serve others like Jesus, Jesus probably wouldn't have had to come and die. That's the first thing I'll say. It's sort of a silly proposition to believe that it's even possible for me to serve people like Jesus. In Being Dad, I say that you can be a very, 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 very foggy shadow of God's love and forgiveness, but that shadow is always going to be broken, or that sort of looking through a milky piece of glass that's also broken. That's going to be you, but it's enough, right? Because we've even seen through things like literature and things like that, you really only need a kernel to grab onto to believe that something is actually possible. And if you can be that kernel in the lives of your children in some way, in just like the quiet, empathetic, gracious, forgiving kind of way, you've got it. Now, completely serve people like Jesus, what the heck does that even mean? Like, am I to, when a woman comes to me for help, like the Canaanite woman, call her a dog? Am I to make a cord of whips and cast the Girl Scout cookie sellers out of the narthex of the church? I mean, what does this mean? Am I to walk barefoot along the ancient Near East or in sandals with a tribe of 12 men and get kicked out of every town I can? Am I to obey the Father's will perfectly? Am I to, it's kind of funny, serve my family like Jesus? Am I to be somewhat constantly snarky with my mother, as Jesus seems to be? Woman, don't you know you should have found me in my Father's house doing my Father's work? Woman, why are you bothering me with this right now? I'm hanging out at the wedding with my friends, It's silly. What we do is we sort of idolize, and get this, idolize Jesus, which, we should, right. Idolize Jesus and put him on this pedestal that he never put himself on, as simply a great moral example for how to live our day-to-day lives with one another. His examples were more meaningful than that silliness. I mean, follow Gandhi if you want that. Were more meaningful than that because he was God. Let's get this straight. He was God. He fulfilled God's law perfectly, and he also spoke the law for the first time to Moses because he is that same God. That's him, right? Here are the 10 Commandments, Moses. I'm going to explain the 10 Commandments because I first gave them, right? I'm going to boil the 10 Commandments down to 2 because I can do that because I first gave them. I can't do that. Because why? Because I'm a creator. I'm a creation. I'm not the creator. Right? I'm not the one who speaks the words of forgiveness and our everlasting life. I simply parrot the words that were already spoken to me. So I can't do that, and I can't be expected to do that, and no person can, let alone no man. And to put that on men gives them more credit than they deserve. Sinner, 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 sinner. You're a sinner, I'm a sinner. Every man you know is a sinner. Every woman you know is a sinner. Every child you know is a sinner. In thought, word, and deed. And they will never be able to do what Christ did because they're not God. So it's flawed at best.